What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Saturday. I got a nice 11-game slate here tonight, and I got it broken down for you with 6 of my favorite plays on it. And yeah, so before we get going, be sure to drop a like in the video if you're ready to go here tonight. Hopefully finish in the money. Over 100 likes would be great. Subscribe to the channel if you happen to be new here to continue to get some NBA DraftKings picks and advice to help you with your research process. Last night, pretty solid night with the plays, but yet again, classic Marc Gasol played terrible from me. I mean, he had, I think, like 6 points from the field. It was a perfect matchup going against the Hornets. They struggle against centers. Mike Conley was out, so there was some more points to be had for him to score. But all in all, he just played terrible like always. I think he absolutely hates me. But we had one solid pivot, I guess, on Twitter. I tweeted out the pivot from D-Wade, the Shelvin Mack. Mack returned some good value in place of Mike Conley. And we did have some other good plays. Monte Morris was solid. Jokic was 1 assist off a triple-double. Fareed wasn't bad. He didn't get as many rebounds as I was hoping for. And I forget who else. I'm not sure if I just said everyone else that I recommend. Oh, yeah, Kadeem Allen. He was okay. Decent value. But this slate is honestly really tough. We have a ton of studs on this slate that make a lot of sense. Like, you have Harden, LeBron, Embiid. Town seems a little bit cheap. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are pretty damn pricey that are in good spots. So it's really tough to narrow it down. But I did the best of my ability. So let's hop right into it, though. I think Embiid is my favorite just based on his value upside. I mean, he has an extremely good matchup going against Sacramento. I think it's a good shot of staying close. Like, there is a chance that this Lakers game is a blowout with the Warriors. I mean, they beat him last time, I believe, and the Warriors are probably looking for revenge there. LeBron, he didn't look 100% to me in that game last time out against the Clippers. So with him being a little bit rusty, I could see the Warriors blowing them out. They are 10-point favorites. And Harden doesn't have a great matchup, but Chris Paul is likely to be out. So obviously his usage rate is going to be insane in that game. And he's priced down a little bit. So he's very interesting. But I think Embiid is just the best value on his price tag, considering the matchup and everything like that. So going against Sacramento, they suck against centers. They allow a ton of DraftKings points to them. And Embiid, really good upside when the games stay close. He's just been going off recently, like fantasy points per minute wise. If you look here, 27 minutes against the Rockets, and he dropped 63 DraftKings points. 30 minutes against the Lakers, he got 52. And when he's getting some more run, even in tough matchups, 37 minutes, and he got 64 DraftKings points. He honestly struggled against the Warriors, but he still got 60 because of the pace of that game and a lot of scoring. In this game, it has an over 230 points, and it's like only a 3-point spread. So Vegas is expecting it to stay close. I am as well. So I think Embiid has the best matchup. Also, J.J. Redick is going to be out for this game. So some more shots could definitely go to Embiid. He can shoot over 20 times in a supreme matchup. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there. I think he gets over 60 DraftKings points in that game. For my second guy, this is another guy that always lets me down, I feel like. One time he went off for me, then the next time he really let me down. So he's been 1 for 2, but let's see if he can make it 1 again here where he makes me look smart. So it's 8,200. The guy's been going off in certain games. 47 last time against the Spurs. I didn't expect that. It was higher scoring than I thought. And against the Bulls, 1 for 52. This game, I think it was against the Knicks here where he really let me down for 20 DraftKings points. Yeah, he got in foul trouble in that game. And then in the third quarter, they kind of rested him for whatever reason to make sure he didn't get in more foul trouble. So he only got 24 minutes. But when the guy's getting his normal amount of run, like around 30 to 34 minutes, he's able to return a lot of value. So against the Orlando Magic, he's absolutely killed him this year. Just recently, he got 54 against them and then 58 against them. He dropped 40 points in that game. He was just cashing threes. I remember watching that game. He was going off. And if he's able to do that in 2 games against them, I don't see why he can't get over 40 DraftKings points. They give us a nice 5 times value floor and has the upside to go over 50. So 8,200, definitely a good guy to like pair with another stud. And if that stud like Embiid goes off and then D'Angelo Russell hits a ceiling, then you could have 2 guys that get you over 50 DraftKings points, and then you save a little bit of money, and like rather than paying up for 2 studs, like if you go like LeBron and Embiid, like D'Angelo Russell does have the ability to give you the same amount as a guy like LeBron. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second guy. Then I'm going to go with DeAndre Ayton, another center here. He has a little bit of risk to him because he hasn't played for around a week or 10 days. But he did practice on Thursday, a full practice, and he's listed probable. So I feel like just based on that, he's feeling pretty good. Typically, people that come back from injuries are listed questionable, and they don't have like that much of a in-between time between their last like full practice. Like if you had like a full practice on today and he was questionable, then I'd feel a little bit more nervous about him. But the fact that he was able to get one in on Thursday and he's probable here, I feel like he should be good for around 30 minutes. And this is a really good matchup going against the Atlanta Hawks, a team that struggles against centers, very fast paced, a lot of scoring. Both these teams don't play much defense at all. So Ayton, solid price tag as well. Another guy that has really good upside. As you see here, 47 and 45 in 2 out of his last 4 games. And this is another game where he could get up to 40 DraftKings points. He has that kind of upside. It seems like he's very hit or miss. This seems the type of matchup where he's definitely able to be a hit here. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there at 6,800. Like I said, definitely a little bit of a risk because his downside is pretty bad, but I feel like he can reach that upside here in this matchup. For my fourth guy, Marvin Bagley, balled out for me last time against the Atlanta Hawks, had a nice double-double, 17 and 12. And like I said last time, his minutes have been trending up, 28, 29 minutes, 38 in 3 out of the last 4. This game against the Clippers, I believe it was a bit of a blowout, so he wasn't able to get his full ability of minutes. But I think he can get close to 25 to 28 again here, going against Philadelphia, a team that is pretty big, I would say, with EMBIID. They have been running Bolden at the power forward a little bit, Muscala at the power forward, the Wilson Chandler out. So they have been running a little bit bigger. So Marvin Bagley, definitely makes sense for them to go with him over Belly again here. Belly has been struggling recently. I think he actually played pretty well last game, but Bagley was his balling out, so it was tough to keep him off the court. And at 5,300, very nice value. He has the ability to go over 30 DraftKings points again here. Like the price tag a lot, considering the upside and a lot of points again in this game. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my fourth guy. Then I'm going to go with Eric Gordon. Not a great matchup by any means. The Jazz do play some good defense, but over the last few games, they have been allowing a good amount to guards. Their defense hasn't been as stingy as normal. And like with the defense on with Gobert on Kenneth Faried, he could struggle a little bit, and Eric Gordon just might have to shoot a good amount. Like I said, Chris Paul likely to be out here tonight. A reporter said that he's unlikely to play the second leg of the back-to-back here in this game. So going against the Utah Jazz, Eric Gordon, I think he's going to have to score a good amount for them to keep it close. Like the last time out where Chris Paul, I don't think he played in this game against the Raptors yet. This was the last game that Chris Paul wasn't playing in. Eric Gordon put up 22 shots, was able to get 34 DraftKings points, and the same game against the Knicks, he got 37 minutes, 29 DraftKings points. So he's getting a good amount of run without Chris Paul. Definitely has some more shots going his way, and I feel like he could fill it up a little bit more than he has been. The assists could come up a little bit. Like in those 2 games, he literally had 0 assists. So I feel like he could get a few more stats that have some more upside as well. So at 5,000, they need the scoring desperately without Chris Paul, and also a tough matchup for Kenneth Faried down low. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my fifth guy. So we got Russell, Eric Gordon, Marvin Bagley, EMBIID, and DeAndre Ayton. For my final guy, I'm going to take a shot in the dark here. COLLIN Sexton, he's been very abysmal recently. 19 DraftKings points, 50 in the last 2. But his price tag has gone down. So at 4,300, this is a guy that has been hovering around like the 5,000 range for the majority of the season. And he does have the ability to put up a good amount of shots. I mean, his usage rate isn't bad. It's around 21%. And the only thing is that he doesn't put up many helper stats, but he still has the ability to do so. I mean, the ball is in his hands a good amount. I feel like he has some more upside than what he's been showing, and this is the perfect matchup for him to do so. Going against the Dallas Mavericks, they struggle against guards. Jalen Brunson will be drawn to start again. He isn't a great defensive point guard. Reggie Jackson was able to get his last time against them. So if COLLIN Sexton, if he could just play a little bit better, he'll get a few extra minutes and be able to return that value on his price tag at 4,300. I think he can get over 25 DraftKings points and just be a nice little guy at 4,300 to save some money. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my final guy. So he completes the money's 6. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Slap a like if you did. Like I said, over 100 likes would be great. Really appreciate it. And yet again, if you want to see any updates in these plays, as a lot of things changes between when I upload these and before lock at 7 p.m. because we get out the word on the injuries, and some guys that we don't even know are on the injury report will pop up, and some outlooks will change. So definitely follow me at MoneyWebby on Twitter and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So good luck here tonight. Hope you guys win some money, and we'll see you back here again next time.